Hello everyone. So in this video we'll see module 5, so which is about automation of systems. So now we are living in the era of automation. That is, we want most of the systems to be automated. Okay, so automatic control and supervisory control like that. So what is the idea behind this automation is that we can have manpower, less of manpower. Then you can also use uh, areas where remote areas where man cannot reach, and also where and in places where there is environmental issues or problems or safety of a person is a concern, we use automation. Okay, so there are different tools of automation, like ANN, that is what artificial neural networks. So which is a model, mathematical model, computation model, which is inspired by the structure of biological neuron network. So how does a neuron network, we are going to imitate that into the model. So we need to train the network for different inputs, different training weights or methods have to be used, so that so that the system is familiar with different kinds of inputs. Similarly, we have PLCs for programming some program in using ladder language. We programming the system. Supervisory control like SCADA. We have then DCS, which is distributed control system. So these are some of the tools which has been in industrial automation. Similarly, home automation is nothing but we need generally we switch on the fan or lights when we enter the room. So it has been automated means we have very less power, that we have a very comfort, so our comfort zone increases. And also it works based on the sensors, like if a person gets into the room, the sensor detects the person's presence and it turns on the fan or it turns on the light. And when the person leaves the room, similarly it automatically switches off the light or fan. So it also has another side, is a lot of energy is being saved. Okay, it is energy efficient because unnecessary, it is not turning on and off turning on the device. So energy can be saved by this means of automation. Okay, so um, it is semi-automatic and fully automatic also is there in factories or industries. Okay, so in factories and industries also we have the same concept, like we have a in manufacturing industry or something, we are having a final product as our output. So there are different process which it has to travel through so that it reaches a final output. So like that, we can say you have an input, you have a process, and you have an output. So input can be your raw materials, like it can be like if your product is an ice cream or a chocolate, it needs necessary flavors. So different flavors you need means you have to put in certain milk or like that. A lot of raw materials is required, and similarly, it should go through each and every process, and each process is to be monitored, to be controlled, and so that the output is, you get a quality output. Okay, so the quality of the output is very important. Similarly, the time factors, okay, the time factor at a particular period of time you need to complete this much orders, so it is also very important. So these all makes automation very important in industries. So overview of automation, so we know that it is a technology by which the process uh, is performed, so that the process or the factory or the industries is being performed with minimum human assistance or reduced human assistance. So we are reducing the manpower. Okay, so by increasing automation, so lot of applications we have in this automatic control, various types of control systems we are using in machinery process in factories. So each and every factories we have different types of motors, the speed control motors are there. So in order to monitor that, in order to control that, we need automation. Similarly, in boilers and heat treating ovens. Okay, so to switch on the oven, to switch off the oven or the furnace, we need, so based on the temperature or set temperature, so we need to turn on or turn off. So for those things we'll be using this automation. Similarly, switching on the telephone networks. Okay, so to automatic switching off on and off the communication line. We are using this automation, and steering and stabilization of shipped aircrafts and other applications, uh, which is automatic drive. So in steering and stabilization, aircraft or auto drive is there. So auto drive, lot of controls have to be monitored, and accordingly you need to stabilize your aircraft or your ship. Okay, so by reducing even though the humans are not available, we should be able to drive the ship or aircraft. So that is very important. So we are using automation in these areas. So we are also having, I told you, a lot of tools are there for automation. So for that we will be using programs of instructions. Okay, so we have a lot of instructions or program codes written with and the control system executes the instructions, and it actuates the signal to the process or the industry. Okay, so lot of application, why it is applied in a very variety of areas, but closely it has been associated with the manufacturing industries. So manufacturing industry, each and every point you need to test or you need to monitor the quality of the product. So it is very important in manufacturing industries. So this is the basic elements of an automated system. You have a process, so which is the main block in the manufacturing, industrial automation. So we have power supplies which is connected to the process control system and the programs. So each and every blocks need power supply, and the control systems get signals from the programs of instructions, where it drives your control system accordingly to uh, give signals to your actuators. Okay, so these actuators will perform mechanical operation in the plant or the process. Okay, the output or the feedback is again fed back by means of sensors, and it is compared with the reference or the set point, and accordingly if there is any error, you can reduce it by appropriate control action. So these are the main components of, or the main blocks of an automated system. So in this we have the control system part, the main important block. So in that can be dealt in detail in the next slide. So this is the control systems block, where you have a controller, actuator, process, and a feedback sensor. So here you have a process, the output of the process. The same block, uh, the output of the process is being measured by the sensors, and the sensors get signals from the process or the machine, and it is fed back to the controller, or it is compared. First of all, it is compared with the set point, and the error signals are sent to the controller. The controller gives appropriate signals to the actuators, where the actuators performs the mechanical action on the process, so that the desired output is obtained. So next we'll move on to the architecture of automation system. So industrial automation system is a pyramid as a whole. You see, it is a pyramid because you have several levels, like from the lowest level to the higher level. Lowest level is sensors and actuators, and the higher level, if you see, the enterprise level. So here the base is more, that is the spatial scale and the time scale increases as we move up. Okay, so that is what we have. It is in the form of a pyramid. The first level, if you see, you have sensors and actuators. So this directly interact with the process or the machine. Okay, so this sensors and actuators acts as eyes and arms of a process or a machine. Okay, so the signals from the sensors and actuators are sent to the automatic control. So where signals are being processed, and it is being sent, it is being monitored by the supervisory control SCADA system. Okay, so which is your level 2. Okay, so sensors and actuators, your 0 level, automatic control is your first level, and supervisory control is your second level. Okay, so in second level we'll control each and every parameters, and the variables have been monitored, and the appropriate actions are being given through the automatic control to the actuators, and from the actuators to the process of the machine. So next is the production control. So production controls includes works like maintenance, then inventory, quality assurance, and lot of timely basis, on what basis we are going to perform the performance on timely basis. So these are all controlled in the production level, and the enterprise level is nothing but the management controls, management level of controlling. So how is overall management of the industry, or the instrumentation, manufacturing industry. Okay, so this is a overall architecture of automation system. So in this, the main important blocks are the sensors, actuators, automatic control, and the supervisory control. Okay, so uh, up to supervisory control, you can say it is real time, or it is online, or you can say it is a general purpose. We are using some softwares for monitoring all those things. Okay, so sensors and actuators have an embedded systems. Okay, it has microchips or micro sensors like that. So actuators are also micro machining is there in actuators. So we are called as an embedded level. Similarly, automatic control comes under real time. Real time hardwares, similarly softwares are there. Okay, then supervisory control is also online general purpose systems. We have a lot of systems for monitoring, and online software is being used. So we call these three blocks as uh, it is a software plus hardware. Both software and hardware has been involved in these three levels. Whereas in production control and enterprise, we don't have the hardware part, we have only the software part, management part alone. Okay, so there's no hardware involved in the enterprise and production control. We can also call up to the supervisory control as industrial automation, and production control and enterprise level as in industrial information technology, where only software has been used, there's no hardware part involved. So this is the basic architecture of an automation system. Okay, so since the spatial scale and the time scale increases, we have it in the form of a pyramid. Okay, so what is need of actuators is that it will produce a physical change. Okay, physical change in response to logic logical change or logical signals from the controller. So the controllers will send logic signals to the actuators, and this actuators performs physical change. Okay, physical change is mechanical change in the machine. So that is the basic need of an actuator. Similarly, sensors a physical medium, like it can be temperature, it can be speed or force or pressure, or the valve pressure or the steam, like that. Okay, so so many physical parameters which has been measured, and the signal conditioning element there processes the signal. Like if it is a very low signal, it has been amplified and it has been processed to an appropriate level, which can be read by the controller. And the same thing can be displayed, or it can be also monitored, can also be stored in a disk or a network card, like that. Okay, then it is sent to the automatic control. So in automatic control, we have a closed feedback closed system. It acts as a closed system or a feedback loop, where the signals from the plant or the process has been sensed by the sensors, and it has been compared with the reference, and the error signal is given to the controller, and the controller therefore sends the control signals to the actuators, which makes the changes in the machine. So this is the overall view and the explanation of an architecture in automation system. So advanced automation functions. So in this first function is that safety monitoring. So safety plays a very important role in all industries, because we need the safety of manpower and the neighborhood. So we have to monitor each and every parameters within, if it is it within the limits, or if it is exceeding the limit, is there is any high pressure developed temperature or any gas leakage. Those things are to be monitored so that you can maintain safety in and around the industry. uh, Similarly, maintenance and repair diagnostics. So maintenance plays a very important role. That is, we can identify the place where the error has occurred, or any fault has occurred, or any failure of the system has occurred, and you can easily diagnose that particular system, and you can recover it by by giving proper maintenance. Then complete stoppage of automated system. So complete stoppage means if there's in case of any emergency, you can just cut off or isolate that particular system immediately, so that it does not affect the other systems. Then alarming, sounding an alarm. So like if there is any gas leakage, or there is any pressure leakage, or pressure high pressure developed or temperature, you can create a sound by create an alarm, so that it indicates it has been above the set point or the limit. Then reducing the operating speed of the process. So a particular speed, we have to maintain a constant speed, or we have to maintain the particular speed for each and every process. If it is above that speed, you can reduce the speed by monitoring. Then similarly, corrective actions and recover can be done easily, so that safety violation is not done. So these are the main functions of automation system.